The cheeks or the cheats? All right, here we go.
Hey,
Here we go. Here we go.
Put the thermometer in
Órale.
the sheets.
Between the cheeks. Okay, what are we referencing? What song is that? Between the Sheets by?
Between the Sheets by the Isley Brothers.
Yes. Okay, so it's Between the Cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yes.
is it
something like that?
Well, there's nothing like romance in life. There's joy, there's happiness, there's love.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
we're getting hashtag deep.
And the gratitude is what I like to say that I'm thankful for is being able to feel love and be able to love people and knowing that it doesn't have to be anything more than I appreciate my time with you. You make me better. Hopefully I make you better. And because of you being in my life and me being in your life, I just love you, man. Just like I love the people here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Was he still talking?
Between the Sheets, bro.
Between the Sheets? No, I love it. I love it.
I went to a magical place right there. I disappeared. I wasn't even thinking I was in a podcast. I was just like in my zen.
Damn, that's
the music.
That's kind of sexy, right?
Yeah.
Ooh. Hey, on that note, welcome on this Thursday, May 11th. May the 11th be what? Man, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Yeah. That's right. Hey, happy belated Mexican Mother's Day, which was May 10th.
May 10th.
And then
call your mama.
Yeah.
Belated Cinco de Mayo.
Belated Cinco de Mayo. And
who celebrated Cinco de Mayo? Raise your hand if you celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
Do you have
raise your hand if you're Mexican?
What kind of talk?
Raise your hand if you're not Mexican.
Yeah.
What kind of tacos?
Tell me you're not Mexican without telling me you're not Mexican.
What we do is we go to HEB, and what's nice about HEB is you can actually have they have the taco shells.
Taco kit.
You go get that pre-chopped lettuce. You get dark cheddar. You go and you get what's that famous like Lori's taco seasoning mix. You get your ground beef. And then what you do is you go and you cook up your tacos, and then we sit there and
Do you put Mexican music on? Do you put Latin music?
Well, as we cook it.
You do. You have to.
You have to. I mean,
have to.
Isn't it?
Do you put mariachi? What kind of mariachi music?
Selena.
You put Selena.
Do you know what? If you had to say one good answer, I think that was it. You hit it, dude.
And then I'm going to do the old person trick. I remember when I was teaching.
Everybody loves Selena.
Everybody loves
predominantly Hispanic culture, like 99.9%. And when all my students loved her, and when she's gone, that was wow.
Yeah, that was devastating.
But then what we do is we sit around and we eat tacos.
I like it. Margaritas too? Do you guys do margaritas?
Well, yeah, you got to make sure it's tequila and salt. I just want to keep it authentic.
All right.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Yeah. Hey,
I did not celebrate Cinco de Mayo, but
yeah, me neither. Yeah. Me neither. I don't do Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de mayonnaise.
Cinco de Mayo.
Mayo. Hey, I just had an idea. So I know you were talking about that little MIDI voice enhancer.
Yeah.
What if maybe if you get that, we can work up a way to plug it
in for sure.
And all sing como una flor.
Dude, wouldn't
that be fun?
So the cool thing about that is you set the right chord, right? Mm-hmm. So we're all going to be on key, right? Singing it. We're all going to be singing it on key perfectly. Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be money, dude.
Oh yeah.
Very positive thinking, but okay.
Why, you don't think you're going to be on point?
Oh,
wait. No. We didn't finish the intro. Hey, so everybody, welcome to episode 11 of LPG Podcast.
11 on the 11.
11 on the see, I love that part. We're episode 11.
We are. Real quickly before we go around, I already talked about the power of love. And you guys can talk about something you're thankful for.
Yeah.
But do you believe in not numerology, but things that kind of
magic?
Trying to have a serious conversation here. Okay.
Sorry.
So when I start using more hand motions,
okay,
things are more serious.
All right.
So like numbers popping out to that, like weird numbers that pop up, or do you think it's coincidence? Because I have a quick story that happened last week.
I'm not sure, but I want to ask another question. What are numbers?
I think it's how we make sense of maybe the not interpreted things in life.
I feel like I'm back in college class, but
I think that's how I would describe it. Right?
Numbers.
Yeah.
I think I hate you.
What?
Right now.
Hold on. Why is a number 2 a number 2? Why is a number 3 a number 3?
A number 2 is a number 2 because if you go to Taco Bell, you got to take a number 2.
You order the number 2, you take a number 2.
See, symbolism.
Jiu-Jitsu on number 2.
What is the number 2 at Taco Bell?
But
the Taco Supreme.
Well, not to get too sad, but so I have the tattoo of the 2-7, which is, again, I said in previous podcast, the worst hand that it could be dealt out of 165 possibilities with 52 cards. So last weekend we were celebrating my daughter's birthday, and we went to bowling alley because that's what we like to do. And there's over 40 lanes, maybe 5 lanes being used.
Which bowling, if I may ask?
Oh Lord, I just had an old man moment. I don't know, but it was in College Station. That's why. Okay. I was just like, sorry. And the bowling lane was 2-7, and 2-7. I don't know if because I'm more in tune with it, has been popping up on and off. So I don't know.
You have to practice more gratitude to counter that 2 and 7.
What do you mean?
Yeah, because that's very like the worst hand. Why do you have that tattooed?
Oh, okay. So you like this. Actually, it's about flipping it. So based on my childhood again, just now things that happened, the idea with the 2-7, it's the worst hand. But when I used to play a lot of poker where I actually wanted to go semi-pro, and I played some tournaments.
I'll beat him.
Is
it's on.
I will. You make what you get. You make the most out of it, and a lot of people just fold it. And so I've learned that there's this idea of a chip in a chair. You always have a possibility of making the most of it, and if you don't play it the best you can, you never know. Right. So it's like famous saying. I think it's Wayne Gretzky. Like you miss every shot you don't take.
Yep.
And so you got to take a shot. And I know when to count my losses. So my friends who've played a lot with me for years, they know that if there's a 7 or a 2 showing on the board, that Joe might be playing it because I'm going to make the most of everything. And so when my dad passed on February 7th, which is 2-7, and our thing when we started after 25 years, again, trying to rebuild a relationship, it was awkward because of his alcoholism and him leaving but the power of love, like I said, beginning and just forgiving him. The one thing that kind of bridged that awkwardness was poker. And when you're playing head to head for hours on end, you see the person and you learn about the person. And there's a lot of similarities, which I loved. Like he would do something and when it showed him, like, that's exactly what I would do. And we, and it's 20, it was weird. And so that was like our thing. So when he passed, I sold the poker chip set because didn't need any more. I only kept it for us, but I kept the 2-7 out of that deck. And I kept one of each of the colors of the chips we always played with. And then I'm going to create a little like shadow box and put it into my
That's nice,
yeah.
Man.
So
really
it's
nice.
2-7. No, thank you for appreciating that. So it's just my brothers and I, because of cycles, we're great dads. We're proud of it. Great husbands. It's about playing it the best you can because not everyone gets the best hand dealt, but that's the way life is. And instead of just folding it, I'll look and maybe this time I just take a shot at it.
Yeah.
That's right. Catch it on the river.
That's a really cool outlook, though, right? Like,
so that's why you say gratitude. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't always get, the dealt whatever hand, right, that you preferred. And, you can either take that as, oh man, I'm so unlucky, or, I never get, I never get the good stuff, or, nothing good ever happens to me. But, really building something out of, whatever bad situation or bad hand that you're dealt, right? Like, you got to try at least, right? I think that's the most important part, right?
And one thing related to that I'm learning for you guys, and even Richard, that we'll have next time, is even it goes to, it's not only just your vision action, but it's your mindset prior to it. So the thing that's also been popping around, and I kind of sent it to everyone, is the Bruce Lee's thinking that, it starts with your thoughts, and you're good about catch me on it nicely. Richard is, where I tend to some reason I'm catching like, okay, it shouldn't come out like that, because there's a lot of things that are good. And if it's not good, how can I play it just to make the most out of it?
Yeah. Yeah. So neutrality, you got to live in neutrality. I've been trying to teach my son how to react and play his sports in neutrality. Yeah. So when he scores a goal, like, don't celebrate it too much. It's just like, oh, cool. Yeah. High five quick. And then that's it. Move on. If you get scored on or something, you do something bad or you lose, same reaction. Just cool. Yeah. Just
they have
live
that
in neutrality.
Yeah, they have that saying, right, that like this will pass, right? And whether it's good or it's bad, whatever the case is, right? Yeah, maybe you just scored a touchdown and you're like super happy, but that moment's going to pass and you got to, move on, right? And even if it's a bad thing, same thing, right? Have a positive outlook. This will pass, and hopefully get out of it, right?
Yeah, just imagine yourself when you're 10 years from now and you look at that huge, tremendously large problem that you're going through now. 10 years from now, I don't think that problem is going to be as big.
And then again, what I tell my students and myself and my daughters, will it matter in an hour? Will it matter in a day? Will it matter in a week?
Yeah, there you go.
Matter here, and I'll do that, and I have to do it for me. And it made me think, and we're football fans here. Barry Sanders, who is one of my favorite football players, the one thing I liked about him is he's on his way. I mean, he's Hall of Famer, but every time he scored a touchdown, he acted like he was sitting down groceries on the counter.
Yeah.
He didn't showboat, which is fine if you do. He didn't get upset. He literally would go over to the ref and he would just hand him the ball like he's handing over, like, hey, it was just like I learned act like you've always done it.
Yeah.
And then
there you go.
Related to jiu-jitsu, and there's some things.
Hold on. Is this gi or no gi? Well, I'm just checking.
I'm positively going to say both have wonderful aspects.
Okay.
And you will learn to have gratitude towards the no-gi game. You'll learn it. It's just not there. There's a special word I like to use yet. We'll get you there.
It's harder to paper cut in no-gi, so we understand.
I can still do it.
But in jiu-jitsu, depending on the levels, are there appropriate reactions to after a match? And are there inappropriate? Because I saw something the other day when I was watching, just like you guys' videos, and it was a blue belt match. It was very good. And he pulled this pretty elaborate move, and it actually, I think it was a toe hold.
Was it Zuckerberg?
No.
Zuckerberg.
You know what?
Zuck.
I should say Zuck, but man, let's go out there and be on the mat. That's a whole other thing. And just quickly for people thinking compete, it's not for everybody. But if the Zuck could go out there, compete, then and test yourself, that's a big thing, because all of us know being on the mat, that's a whole different thing. And I like to call it the mat shows you the truth, like where you're at. But back to the jiu-jitsu. So this guy did a move, and he was very demonstrative, and the guy was really hurt. And
what do you mean hurt? Like physically hurt or emotionally?
Oh, it was a hard crank on the foot. And the guy was like writhing in pain, and he looked over at him, and he, traditional chest and open, and there's a lot of controversy between it, because it's like, hey, you can be excited, but I think all of us here would check them first.
Yeah. Not when you're hurting somebody. Yeah, of course.
But then it's one of those things in terms of like mindset and all that.
TRT is what it is. On roids, he's fucking.
What kind of match was it? I'm curious. Was it like the ADCC?
Well, and that's my question. Is that appropriate for any level?
I think
it depends on the rules, right?
But if
it's combat jiu-jitsu,
but if you hurt someone, is there a sportsmanship that should be in there, or do you look over and like, yeah, I wrecked that guy's leg, but yeah, tough for you, and I'm like, hey, it's all me.
I don't know. I think it depends.
Sportsmanship.
I think it depends on the context of the match. Let's say you've been preparing for that tournament for 3 years, right? And that's like been your sole focus, and that's all you want to do. It's your life dream to win, I don't know, ADCC or whatever, worlds, whatever, right? And you go there and you freaking win, and the guy taps and you're like, yeah, and you flex and all this stuff. And then a couple seconds go by and you look back and maybe you hurt the guy's ankle, or you hurt the guy's arm or the shoulder or whatever. But in that moment, right, there might be a couple of seconds where you're just overwhelmed with kind of like exhilaration, right? Depending on the context of that thing, right? But yeah, after that, obviously, like,
sorry.
Yeah, humility, and go back and be like, hey, what's
sorry.
Accident.
I didn't mean it.
For the viewership and the listeners out there, this will be my last podcast because I can't be with heartless fools.
Oh, you getting too old for this?
Wow.
Okay, so let me change the question.
MMA is the extreme of that, right?
Yeah.
Like you're literally trying to knock somebody out.
Yeah.
You're trying to hurt that person. You knock them out and you're like,
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
And there's parts where they're like in their face rather than the pain, and like are talking shit as the guy's like, yeah, that's a good point.
So maybe, jiu-jitsu, we're not like necessarily trying to hurt people. We're trying to get to the point right before we hurt them, and people submit, great. And if not, but you shouldn't necessarily take away from your gratification of reaching that point, right? Especially if it's something that you've been anticipating and like preparing for a long time.
Well, we had a no-gi training right before this usually. And when we were working on the technique, you actually were trying to hurt me. So I don't understand how you could say, and we're just trying to do technique to the point that I'm almost throwing up. So I'm totally don't know where
that was your ego. That had to be.
I had to flex on you, bro.
Had nothing to do with it. I felt like I was going to throw up.
Your lungs were.
And here's the funniest part about it.
He can't do anything about that.
Every 5 seconds, I'm like, dude, are you okay? And he's like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. And I'd get back in the position and he'd start retching. No, like throwing up, retching. I'm like,
really?
Dude,
yeah.
If you're
dry heaving.
Yeah, I'm like, this dude's gonna puke all over me right now.
Not puke on you, but I wanted to be a good training partner, and you can't do the technique without me doing the technique with you.
I don't know, dude.
That's part of the challenge. It's a fresh.
It's part of the meta of this drilling this move.
Dude, I'm willing to wait for you guys. You're my brothers on the mat. I will sacrifice my health. My
gag
sanity,
reflex.
my gag reflex. Yeah, the professor was looking at me. His eyes were like, "What's going on over there? Are you okay?" And somebody asked. I think you asked. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay." I'm like,
hey, so what's more realistic, no-gi or gi in the real world? So you're out and about, out in town. What would be more realistic?
I think it's no-gi. I think it's no-gi.
No-gi?
No. No-gi.
I don't.
I
respectfully disagree.
I think it's no-gi. And we were kind of talking about this, right? It depends on the weather and the season, right? Like,
okay,
are we wearing dinner jackets, right? Are we wearing corduroys, right?
Sports coat.
Like what's the thickness of your jacket, right? Corduroy,
the quality of your t-shirt,
right? The quality of your t-shirt, all that stuff, right? But like, if you're out normal fight situations.
Yeah, everybody's out wearing
like at a bar, right? People are drinking. You're in a t-shirt.
Yeah, wearing compression shorts and
maybe not compression, skinny jeans, right?
If you're wearing skinny jeans, I'm fighting you.
If you're wearing skinny jeans and a t-shirt, that's as close to
I'm fighting you
as you can get.
Just because you're wearing
a rash guard. Come on, a rash guard.
A t-shirt, like whatever, like a t-shirt and skinny jeans. That's closer to no-gi than it is to gi.
A rash guard is closer to no-gi.
Nobody's wearing rash guard to the bars, though.
I know, exactly. Right? So like, a t-shirt is closer.
Yeah, but have you seen some of the shirts? Some of those guys wear those tidy shirts. Like, hey, look at my physique.
V-neck, bro.
V-neck. Yeah, V-neck. If it's a V-neck, it's done.
That's no-gi right there.
No, that's
V-neck is no-gi.
No, because the angle of the V creates a really good place to.
But no one wears a loose V-neck.
Yeah, that's a bad look.
That you're not going to wear.
That's a Ross.
Yeah.
Remember Ross?
Yeah.
That's the Ross.
The V is like no longer a V, right? It's all hanging loose, stretched out. 20-year-old V-neck. No one's wearing a 20-year-old V-neck.
All right.
Right? They're trying to show off their pecs. And
okay, I'm fighting guys in skinny jeans and very loose V-neck shirts.
Only.
Because what are you doing? Everyone else is good.
Corduroy jackets.
That's gi.
Right. That's gi.
That's gi. Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
If it's a
seasonal thing, I guess.
So again, if you how should I say this? I think there's something good about both, but I prefer no-gi. Sorry, Professor.
Go ahead. Sorry,
what does Professor Bruno prefer?
I think he would prefer gi.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
because okay, I'm going to say this very respectfully, and hopefully we could edit this part out. Just because you're a black belt doesn't mean I have to agree with everything you think on.
Okay? That is being disrespectful, and you will take that back right now.
You're out.
Okay, so if he likes gi, good for him.
But you know what? Actually, I take that back because I do respect my elders. So I'm sorry, sir.
The thing with no-gi, the thing that I like about no-gi is that every move that you can do in no-gi, you can do in gi, pretty much, right? I think there's very rare exception to that, right? It's pretty rare. Whereas gi, right, is useful as it is, and whatever, using the fabric and stuff. There's you rely on a lot of these grips and sleeves and lapels and collars and stuff, right? Like you slow people down, that's great, but that may not be the situation. You can't do it in no gi, right? And so if someone's in a tank top and you're at the beach and you're, there's some freaking douche bag at the beach flexing on you and his
American will kick your ass if you were
flag tank top. Yeah, what are you gonna do with a tank top, right?
Hold on.
Hold on. So then you guys are taking the wrong approach. I would go and get some beer and offer him a beer.
You pull a gi out of the trunk of your car and say, "Put this on so I can kick your ass."
No, I'd be like, "Hey man, why are you so angry? Let's have a beer and talk about it."
Okay, you put this towel on and we can just
put this corduroy jacket on. Let's go have a beer.
And this pants, and then just wear this belt.
Put this gi on. I want to buy a belt for a beer for you. I want to take you out for a beer. Just wear this gi.
Wear this belt. Here. It's black. Come on.
I'm going to loop it around you twice. I'm going to tie it special.
And again, like we were saying before the podcast, so people in gi, they're thinking, I mean, I bet their testosterone is just I bet you they're machismo during the winter months because everyone's wearing jackets, long pants, and belts, and long sleeve shirts. Man, I'm going to show. But when spring and summer comes along,
are we still talking about jiu-jitsu?
We are talking about jiu-jitsu. But you get on the beach and none of you gi guys are going to say anything. Be like, well, I could choke that guy, but he's just in a t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah, sunscreen. You're all
lathered up.
You're all lubed up, right? You're slippery.
You like that?
It's more like no gi.
The lather.
Yeah, because I could choke you.
Yeah. Professor Bruno actually was telling us a story. I didn't know about this story, but he was telling a bunch of us. I don't know if you both were there, but he said that a long time ago when jiu-jitsu was kind of just starting out in Brazil and the two classes were starting to kind of like create, right, gi versus no gi, and they had like a big, nationwide like competition. All the best guys in gi want to get. This is probably like a really famous thing that I'm butchering, but and he said they went and the 5 best guys in gi went against the 5 best guys in no gi, and the gi guys won every single match. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on. But like, what were they wearing when they competed? Right. And he's like, Speedos. Everybody was wearing Speedos. The gi guys and the no gi guys were wearing Speedos. And the gi guys still won. They won all of them. This is probably like a super famous thing that I'm butchering.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. But is it the Sakuraba versus Gracie family? No, it's a different one.
No, it's a Brazil.
Well, in gi, I think we rely a lot on grips. Well, no, a ton on grips.
It's all about grips.
And we don't have the same grip. We have the little hooked grip with no gi. Yeah. So
you think like a wrist grip versus a sleeve grip.
Yeah.
Right. Those are night and day. Oh, right. And you almost can't train a wrist grip if you got the sleeve there. You can't even train it because you're gonna, default to the sleeve, right? Head snapping, even, right? Head snapping. If you rely on the collar, you can snap from the collar. But if there's no collar there, you got to grab the head. You got to grab the tricep and, kind of work those handles, so to speak, those grips, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And the leverage you get with some of those, like just like holding the back of someone's head or like the crown to keep their posture down versus like a very deep grip on the lapel.
It's night and day.
It's night and day. And so when I've learned to like both, and that's why, even though I love no gi, that's why all my competitions, I'm just doing gi to force myself to learn the gi game. So my last 3 tournaments have been gi. I feel like my no gi game is a couple tiers better than my gi, but I'm challenging myself. And so I told Professor, I'm not doing any no gi tournaments for a year. All gi. Okay. Only gi.
Starting January?
It was August of last year with pants.
Okay.
And then I did Dallas and I did Austin and all that. And this weekend I can't because I can barely sit without pain, but that's a whole other thing. Yeah. And so, but with Austin, I think I'm going to allow myself, I'm going to do gi, but I think I'm going to throw, he said, do both.
Yeah, do both. Yeah,
so I could feel like I could at least maybe win a match. It's not about winning, but I mean, and going back to just proper celebration, because, IBJJF is legit and I haven't won a match, but it's not about winning. It's about learning. But I'll tell you what, when we're all there, because we're all competing, I think if I win one match, that guy we've been talking about, he's going to look like the G-rated version of celebration because I'm doing flips. I'm ripping off a shirt. I might have a Speedo that says fight it, rip off. Oh my God. I'm going to have Sharpies in my pants and people, I'm going to sign people. Oh my gosh. And then be like, hey, Joe, that's like your first match that you won. Like, yeah, if anyone deserves to celebrate.
Hell yeah.
Because it's not about winning. It's about being better.
Yeah. Improving.
So even though I like no-gi, I believe both do help you be better. Like one helps you be better than the other. And my big thing right now is I'm trying to have a mindset that when I'm in gi, I'm still doing no-gi grips.
Yeah.
It's just like, why am I doing this when I could just grab this nice lapel right here? It's like a rope, but I'm not.
Oh, but that would be interesting. I mean, you get really good at no-gi. Like if you're not comfortable with no-gi and you discipline yourself to not use your grips,
just the no-gi grips.
Yeah.
So next time you guys roll with me, if you feel with some of my grips, I'm still doing no-gi grips wearing a gi, and I'm trying no, you can. Why am I cupping the shoulder when I could just get that nice area right there and I could just tug on it and control? So it's a learning process. I'm going to be like purple belt for the next 10 years.
That's why no-gi sucks, but he was better.
I was trying to have like a mature adult conversation, but that's okay, dude. I'm crossing that off the list.
That is mature.
It's one of the most mature things we've said. I have no credibility with what mature is. No offense.
What about Zuck, dude.
Zuck.
What do you guys think about
I love
Zuck getting in there?
You know what? You guys go first because I love this topic.
Dude, I think it's so cool because he might be one of the most like despised, like for nobody really knows him as a person.
That's fair.
Right?
That's fair.
But he's like probably one of the most despised people, maybe like on the planet, right? Just because he's a celebrity and he created this social media thing that's like a lot of people are pushing back on and like really upset about.
Yeah.
He's like harvesting people's data and like all this stuff, right?
Haters gonna hate,
whatever the case. But like a lot of people,
especially especially if they don't like Nogi, but moving on.
Yeah, especially a lot of people probably want to rip his freaking head off.
Yeah.
Right. And so for him to like throw himself into a tournament like that, dude, like you got to respect him just for that.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Like
I agree.
I can't think of a person that maybe
takes
more universally like people want to rip their head off. Like who was more, maybe Trump or something? I don't know.
I would have loved to see the security detail around that tournament.
Dude, he has jiu-jitsu. He does not need security detail. You are not jiu-jitsu.
Let's pull up the match.
Once you step in one class, for those of you that are wondering about getting on the mat,
let's see.
Excuse me. I am trying to help people in their lives here. Okay.
All right.
You are already a weapon.
Just white belt, one stripe.
A one stripe white belt can destroy most people. And if you competed like the Zuck,
I seriously do not concur. I do not concur.
It's a scary. It's a scary thing for me. Let's look at his match right here. Let's do the play-by-play. Yeah, can we pull this up? Let's do. Do you want to do the play-by-play?
Yeah, let's all.
Oh, we got a play-by-play.
Let's go at the beginning here.
Okay. Good. Nogi doing the grips, using the grips.
Yeah.
Get it.
Working that underhook. Oh, look at that head pressure. Oh, you shouldn't have let that
he
go.
Still has a hook.
Space game. Ref, get out of the way. Come on, this is like.
Oh, what's he going for? Oh, he's kind of using the gi. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, but
let's go back there.
Did he pull? Well,
he's grabbing the shoulder sleeve a little bit there.
There should have been an adjustment on that. I don't like his head placement on that attempt.
See, what's up with that?
Ooh.
Look.
You know what?
Using the rash guard guy. That's not allowed, sir.
Only if they call it.
Yeah.
That's a pretty blatant.
Yeah, that is. That's way up there.
This is like 20 frames of rash guard grabbing.
I do like his shorts because you could grip that arm bar more. That's why he has that nice shorts. That's the material.
Let's see.
See, that guillotine's money though. I don't know why they didn't.
Well, he has his head in the wrong place. Drive. Here we go.
This should have been a submission right here, guillotine submission.
Well,
come on. He's got the mount basically right there.
It looked like he was tapping out.
I think for a moment the guy's like, I got the Zuck in a guillotine. I'm gonna be famous, world famous. And Zuck's like, nope.
Oh,
he did the right thing. Look at that.
You gotta press into it, not
changing the angle.
Yeah, put some pressure. Let his arms poop out.
Yeah, he's got it. I see it. Oh no, too early. Keep pushing.
He adjusted.
Keep pushing. Okay, he's gonna pop his head out.
The ref's like,
you still alive, Zuck? He's like, can't have the Zuck guy here at our tournament. Oh, he got out.
There it is.
Now,
don't go back down.
No, I was rewinding it. Sorry.
Oh,
and now I like how he got his hand in there.
Yep.
To create space.
Oh yeah, look at that. Let's see that again.
Right here. See, he knows that the guy's going to try to keep his posture down. So what he does is put his right hand in there to create space.
Yep. Good catch there, Joe. Look at you.
Well, I've been coaching for a while.
See?
Oh, there he goes.
Okay.
Come on.
I would prefer his right hand on the elbow to push that arm off.
I would say on the bicep, no?
Bicep's good too.
Oh, bicep's good too.
Aye, sir. Good. See, I know a little bit about a little bit.
It's going for that leg. Let's see if he hits the crossface. I think a good crossface right there.
What is he going to do at the end?
Money.
I don't know if he's looking at his coach or is he looking at the clock. He should never look at the clock.
I think his coach was talking to him.
What's the score at this time? Why don't you know, Joe? Joe?
Maybe just an advantage. One advantage.
Is there a score here, guys?
He went for the double leg. He got the guillotine, and then they went down. I think it's just maybe the advantage. Yeah.
Because there's
again.
Did you see that?
Well, you know what? To have a powerful social media empire, you do learn how to kind of cheat the system. So why wouldn't he apply that into a jiu-jitsu match?
He said no.
Ref said, "Let go."
No.
Okay, so
Bad Zach.
the lesson I learned here is don't have long sleeves, don't have spats, because people like the Zuck will pull on them.
Look, that's danger zone right there.
Yeah,
the thing is, I should have been able to get that arm bar, but he shrugs him off.
That was good. Let's see that shrug. That was a decent shrug. Yeah. Look, got his elbow in the right spot.
Well,
shrug.
When you can afford the diet that he has, and
do you really want to talk about diet? I'm so glad you brought diet up, because I see what is sitting right in front of me. What does that say right there?
God's food.
Popeyes. Well, you know what? We're going to talk about that in a bit. Hey, getting back to the fight.
Okay, let's get back to the fight.
Okay, so he got away.
The match.
This match sponsored by Popeyes.
I think he might. Look, he might get mount here.
He has to hold up for 3. I don't know who he's looking at.
What happened? That was it. I think that was the end of the match.
All right, who got it? Who got it?
So
I just want to know who got it.
I think the Zuck won, dude.
Sportsmanship.
The Zuck.
I think the Zuck will delete his account.
Yeah, I think he won.
They didn't show.
Okay, so real quickly.
Does say who at the bottom?
What are your impressions from that?
In the comments? No, 0 comments.
0 comments.
Oh.
Well, that's because you don't want to get on the Zuck's radar, because if you do, bad things happen to you.
That's YouTube, though. This is Facebook and Instagram.
It's the Zuck.
Oh, he has the power.
He has the analytics from
all. See the comments, and then you end up being pushed into a white van with people that are like dressed in black, and you disappear.
Oh, damn! You think so?
With the meta crew, dude.
Get a meta. When you.
I read stuff
with the braid. With that hot iron. What is it called?
Brand?
Yeah, you get
meta brand.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't want Zuck to put me on his poopy list.
Poopy. Hey, speaking of poopy, do you poop good with that Popeye stuff that you eat?
I poop beautifully.
That crap. That's why you need a lot of toilet.
How's that crap? How's that any different than one of your yellow tortilla specials?
It's organic.
Organic. This came from a chicken.
That did not come from a chicken. That came from a lab. All right, like they added
that breast DNA. Was so big, it's almost illegal in 3 states.
I'm telling you. And then you ask, nutrition.
They don't even let kids under 18 eat that because the breast is so big.
Yeah,
you have to get parent permission.
Yeah, that's like puberty blockers and all that nonsense.
You know what?
Might as well. But the opposite. Now you're like feeding them TRT and that chicken. Because that chicken had some TRT.
You're getting your TRT from your chicken.
I'm gonna be transparent. Yeah. So I got blood work done last year, and I was hoping when the few I wanted a low T count.
Can you imagine if you fixed up your nutrition? Your testosterone levels will go through the roof. You'd
be on fire, bro.
You'd live up to the name of Vin Diesel. Or no, what was that? Little Rock.
The Rock.
Little Rock.
The Pebble.
Dwayne. Little Dwayne.
Little Dwayne.
I was thinking about that other day. And I hope they forget, because I do not like
forgetting, bro. We are never forgetting that.
I literally thought when we were talking in our WhatsApp chat today about that stupid doll that people are making that looks like me. I'm like, if Johnny says no, that's Little Dwayne, I was gonna go to your house and burn it down. I'll save your dog though.
Yeah.
And I'll get the furniture that I sold you. Don't put Little Dwayne on there.
I think there's a Little Dwayne.
Okay, for the viewership at home. Oh my gosh, I got a story about that. But what would be better than my nutrition that would help me on my life journey is you to stop busting my freaking balls.
Chops.
Hey, I care about you. That's why. So I'm trying to help.
Little Dwayne's an artist. He's a creative like me.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? Exit page.
Well, I would say it's divine intervention because God doesn't agree with how you treat me.
Look at that. Freaking crashed Chrome, bro. That search crashed.
Try Yahoo. It's old and reliable like me. I gotta go up there. So real quickly, I want to talk something about the Zuck. If you had a match with him, how would you treat it? Would you worry about it, or would you treat him like any other competitor? Why?
I would treat him the same.
Out, yeah, for sure. That's
would you
probably what you want.
Would you have extra incentive?
No, because look, when you put that gi on, that's it. You're that.
Yeah.
Well, you notice that was no gi.
Yeah,
when you put that rash guard on,
look, that's gi, but without the gi. All right.
That's why they say no gi, because without the gi sounds weird.
No. That's gi jiu-jitsu without the gi. Understood?
I would treat him the same.
I would too.
I would make sure he squealed like a pig.
Oh my God.
And I would say things in his ear.
I might say things in his ear. That would be kind of funny though. To
like you could be helping more people right now.
You could be like, VR we're gonna take off.
Help solve hunger.
VR's dead.
Help
the metaverse is never gonna take
help the homeless. Help pay for college education.
I'm pretty sure they have a program at Facebook that helps pay for college.
Hey, is it a write-off?
It all is.
You can't.
But is he doing it from the kindness of his heart? It's because it's a write-off. It just buys him like brownie points with the public.
The write-off thing, you're still giving the money.
Would he give the money if it wasn't a write-off?
I don't
know, but I don't understand. I never understood that argument. Like, oh, but it's a write-off. Like, write-offs exist for a reason, and it's to incentivize certain type of like
because
investments,
most people will not help people.
I disagree. I disagree with that. It's still money that they're losing. Just because it's a write-off doesn't mean they're not net zeroing. They're still giving off that money. They're just, maybe they save like 20%, 30%, whatever their tax.
Well, at that point, they're getting taxed up them.
They're getting taxed probably like 30, 40%.
Zuck is doing jiu-jitsu and he could do something better with this time. So I would destroy him.
Do you know
I would. So we have match 2 for our super event. You and Jiu-Jitsu Grandma, and I've been talking to her.
And then you and Zuck.
But you're the main event. I'm the pre-fight because it's not going to be long. It's going to be as long as I want it to make.
Oh, you should have a no time limit.
And
tap only.
Yeah. And I will let
with the Zuck, dude.
What he wants. And what I'm going to do is I hope that he did not eat the night before, because he is going to poop himself, because I am going to put and Professor Bruno, is because you so much pressure on his body. Everything's going to come out.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be on YouTube famous for the guy who made the Zuck poop his pants.
Yeah, because the night before he's going to have Popeyes for dinner.
And we're going to take the soiled shorts. We're going to sell them to charity. And
he ignored that. See that? He ignored it. It wasn't even a reaction. He's just
it's meaningless.
Just moved on from it.
Yeah,
we're doing this Rock Dwayne Johnson stuff.
He just
bro.
Oh, there you go.
Little
Dwayne, Big Johnson.
Little Dwayne, Big Johnson. Hey, I will go with Little Dwayne. Wink, wink. Big Johnson anytime.
Oh. All right. Getting a little weird now.
I think we should do,
if you're uncomfortable.
I think we should do the no time limit Zuck match. I think that's a great match.
Okay, so I would just string it out.
He would wrist lock him or something.
He'd
cheat.
But no.
If you held him in that queso for like 20 minutes, I would enjoy just
like a 20-minute scarf hold.
Yeah. He might just tap to the queso.
He might hand over his empire.
Yeah.
Stock options.
Stock options, and I'll let you go. Stock options, and I'll
let you win. Me in that, but I would giggle like a little girl the whole time, just like Suck it, Zuck.
But he is a white belt. You know that, right?
Yeah.
And you're a purple belt. So how does that make you feel?
I rolled with a black belt today, and when we get on the mat, there's no belts. That's one thing that you have to forget. I talked to the professor because I was like, I'd like to be a brown belt one day. This is literally 2 days ago. He goes, don't chase the belt. So I don't see belts. I see everyone on a journey, and we're testing ourselves. So if he wants to test me, bring it on, big boy.
Hold on. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
F your world and nothing you could do. Your metaverse, your meta this, your whatever, your cool haircut. I will make you poop yourself.
Says bald guy.
I don't know why I'm so angry about it.
I know. Why are you so angry?
Can I dig into one thing that you said? You said you want to be a brown belt someday.
Yeah.
And you told this to professor?
I said one day, like, because I have aspirations. I'll tell you what, Zach will be a brown belt when I'm done with him because he'll poop himself. I'll pull off that white belt and I'll clean him up for him because he's gonna be passed out.
Dental floss.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Between the sheets.
No, don't ruin that song. I like that song. Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna have a DJ there and he could play the song on cue as I'm dental flossing him as he's passed out. I don't want him being pulled off the mat with feces. Okay, so I'm going to be unlike the guy we talked about who thumped his chest when the guy was hurt. I'm saying, hey, Zuck, you okay? Okay, I'm going to clean you up. Give me your belt. It's okay. Just breathe.
That's be your celebration.
That is bizarre.
That's going to be your celebration for the
brown belt.
Yeah.
The charity.
Because
sell it. Sell it for
charity.
Quite the capitalist
too.
Some people would love some
a soiled
freaks.
Belt from the Zuck. Who wouldn't buy that? Put that in their house.
That's getting a little weird. You were going to say something.
I don't remember what I was going to say, bro. What were we talking about?
Yeah.
No. Oh, yeah. So you were. Tell us about your brown belt aspirations.
Oh yeah.
I want to hear more about that.
Well, in the journey of life,
hold on. How long have you been a purple belt?
Well, compared to the blue belt in front of me, it's like a blink in the eye compared to the age of the universe.
The eons that some people have been blue belts. How long have you?
I'm gonna enjoy it.
After the Big Bang, Luis got his blue belt.
Yeah, I probably
13.6 billion years later, he has 20 stripes.
I probably have 1 more year. I can push it out 1 year.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I can.
If you just if you go on like once a week, right? Keep it to like once a week and kind of half-ass it a little bit.
Instead of like we have that system just for viewership and our listeners where you have to electronically like do
check
attendance.
In, yeah.
Luis has no attendance for like 4
check in. Yeah.
Hey, on Sunday I didn't.
I bet you did.
Show up late, show up for like half the class, right?
When I was a blue belt and I got to 4 stripes, it happened twice. I took off my stripes, so I was back to 3 because I didn't want to be purple.
Yeah.
And my professor, it would be like a month and be like, "Hey Joe, what's going on with your belt?" I'm like, "What?" He goes, "You should have 4 stripes." Like, "Oh, it must have came off in the wash." And then I did again, and then knew his
dude. What talking about?
What?
So the brown belt aspiration.
So how long have you been a purple belt?
Well, COVID, I didn't train. I was probably purple for a year and a half. I've been back for about a year, like 2.5 years. Oh God,
2.5 years.
2.5 years.
But that's like reasonable.
It's every 6 months. Every 6 months, right? Every graduation, you should get a stripe. So you should be coming up on your brown belt. But
that's a whole. So I have to. Oh gosh, no, I have to trust the professor. But it's just. It's like when you go to blue and you're like, whoa, and then blue to purple, you're like, I'm not ready. And then I can't even imagine, but I guess you have to just have faith in the professor. It's like that imposter syndrome. Like I can't.
Do you feel like you're ready for brown belt?
Are you mature enough?
I'm not mature enough. If it was based on maturity, I'd be white belt, maybe a stripe. I mean, have you seen the last 10 podcast? I don't know. Let me ask you guys, what do you think? Because we have brown belts there. Like, honest opinion, am I in strike? I don't even want
to. So who are the
within range? Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I think so.
There's Alex Simonis. There's Alex. There's Dwayne. There's I have a hard time performing
There's a
the way I want to.
there's a couple.
I'm talking jiu-jitsu.
Period.
There's a couple new Browns in December too, right?
Yeah.
Right. Like
What do you mean?
Like 2 or 3 new brown, or at least 2, right?
Yeah.
2 new brown belts, right?
I think Kevin, right?
Yeah.
No, he went purple. No, never mind.
Lehigh.
I thought Alex was the new brown.
I think that's his name.
And Lehigh. Yeah.
I think Lehigh got his brown belt too, right?
Yeah.
So I think the only issue is that you've been injured all year, and it's hard to like gauge,
my spirit should be enough.
Right. I think spirit wise,
or my tough stupid, as you call me.
I think spirit wise, you're at brown belt, but it's
I appreciate that actually.
Yeah.
Hey, let's confirm that. Let's go ahead and grab a affirmator's.
I like that. I have a affirmator.
I think
you have something to affirm.
I think it's your turn.
It is
to pull a card. Yeah.
But no, let me show gratitude is one thing we're gonna. I do appreciate that from you guys. It would be nice, but when it comes, it comes. I just want to be better. But thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Yeah. What's today's card?
Today's is on perspective.
Oh,
and you got what we're talking about.
Yeah,
what we're talking about.
You got this
I think
bird.
I know what you're talking about.
You got this bird.
Can you show the camera?
Can you
you got this,
what?
You got this bird flying a plane, and then it says conflicts and problems.
Can you read it?
So yeah, I'll read it. So today, I'll try to look at my life from a distance as if I'm a hawk flying overhead. Oh, this is a hawk. I'll pause to think about what my current problems, conflicts, complaints will look like when I'm 80 years old, reflecting on the timeline of my life. From that distance, everything will probably be much better than okay. If I can think large enough, even big issues become small. And if I can channel an 80-year-old hawk, well, that's when I'll really be onto something.
Why do you look at me when you say 80-year-old?
You must have a lot of perspective. You must be drowning.
I know what perspective of you is right now.
You're like swimming in perspective. You got like a swimming pool perspective at home, don't you?
You're lathering in perspective. So tell us about that. You should have read this one.
Yeah.
That's all you.
Stupid.
80-year-old hawk, and that's your.
You want to go first because I don't.
And the hawk's got like a little bonnet too.
Yeah.
It's like an old. It's like an old. Like
I think it's
babushka. It's like a babushka.
Yeah,
hawk.
I think that's a penguin brand too.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I like the messages, but now we've had 4. We've had the Sunny Eye Bee,
the optimism.
And the Mary Poppins on a motorcycle, and the awesome panda superhero. I don't understand the correlation between what they're saying in the pictures at all.
Oh,
I understand it. I think I understand it.
Okay, so for awesomeness, out of all the things you could draw, you would draw a panda?
Yeah, because pandas are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's duh. It's a no-brainer.
And why is hawk flying a plane? The one animal that should not be flying is a animal that can fly.
Hey, he's being efficient. Okay, he's safe.
Oh, and next one we have a dolphin using a submarine.
It's an 80-year-old hawk.
Yeah.
So
his wings are a little battered.
Okay.
It's on disability. Senior citizen discount, all that.
Perspective,
you
dude.
know that.
Probably
know
going to
about
Popeyes.
Yeah,
Senior discount for sandwiches.
You know what that's like. Oh, do you get a discount at Popeyes?
Senior discount.
Oh my God. You know what? Actually, in 3 years.
Yeah, you will.
I think I can get discounts and stuff. Movie tickets.
55, right?
Yeah.
55, yeah.
They better not change that before I turn 55. I will burn down something.
Oh, damn.
Denny's. I think Denny's, you get like some discounts, right?
Damn, you're really close.
You must be excited for that one.
Because I can go in, I can get pancakes for like $2.99. That's actually not bad.
That's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
My life is fulfilled.
Perspective, dude. Perspective. Right?
IG living my best life.
The glass is half full, bro.
Yeah.
My IG is going to change from jiu-jitsu and my family to all the discounts I get at Denny's.
Yeah. okay. Nothing wrong
Two
with that.
sunny side up eggs on 2 pancakes with hash browns. Living my best life.
I support you on that. Like
hashtag 55 is awesome. Okay.
We're just gonna have you order all the food for us.
Yeah,
that's a good
idea.
Now, could you pull it off if I ordered it and then you guys sat there? I'm like, hey, they're not eating. I'm like, hey, I can't finish this.
Yeah.
So perspective. I like this because we have different perspectives about Cinco de Mayo. Some celebrate it, and some don't.
I don't think that's what that.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
He's getting there. He's getting to the point. Okay.
The perspective with the number 27. Some people could say that was very sad, but my perspective is I played the cards given to me. It's the mindset. The perspective of gi versus no gi, even though you're wrong, but there's different perspectives on that. The perspective of Popeyes and whether or not that is a nutritional awesome experience versus what you might think is it's a poop maker. The perspective.
I still think that's not what it means.
The perspective of proper celebrations, where some people think it's proper to celebrate when someone's writhing in pain versus like, hey, well, it's a fight. The perspective on Zuckerberg, you guys admire him for some reason because you're defending him, but I'm going to make him poop himself.
I think looking back
Thank you for
looking back on all of these things, right?
Bring it, Johnny.
Right. You look back on it with a different perspective than maybe what you felt in the moment. And to that regard, I think you're onto something here, right?
I love you. You said I could be a brown belt and you're agreeing with me. And the person across from me, even though I want to kiss him on the mouth, he makes me so angry.
You know, like the gi versus no gi thing, right?
It's all about
right now.
Emotion. Creating much passion.
Yeah. There's a lot of passion between you guys today. I can feel it's palpable.
That's your perspective.
That's everything now. Oh my God. All right. Hey, that's your perspective.
Yeah. And it goes back to the saying like the Bruce Lee, your thoughts are your actions.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to say be like water.
Oh man, I try to flow like water because you have to. Water can flow around hard obstacles and keep going. Yeah. So what do you feel about the perspective?
No, that's great. You brought it. Yeah. You brought it back. You put it back together at the end, but you were kind of going off. I think it was more focused on problems.
That's your perspective.
Wait, weren't we talking about this at the beginning? Something about how problems appear to be less bigger. Is that a word? Is that right?
Smaller? I think is
less bigger because at the time they're big, they're humongous problems. And 5-10 years, I did something. We're talking about something 5 to 10 years.
Is that what it's like?
Future.
1 month, one.
That.
We
were talking
that's
about
the perspective, dude. Yeah,
it
came back
to the show.
Full circle.
Full circle. No.
That's
your perspective. All right.
And that's one thing we're all. Bring that up. You want to read that? For Bruce Lee, it's just how we do it.
All right. Be like water. Are these going to be your final words for the episode 11 of El Pinche?
Are we coming up on time?
Ooh, yes, sir.
Well, what's nice, real quickly, and Johnny, I'm sorry, is that Jiu-Jitsu is a martial art, and Bruce Lee is
a martial artist.
A renowned martial artist.
I just love that. Basically, the martial art was his physical way of expressing how he think life should be. But then he also had this philosophical
perspective
mindset too. And so there was the mind and the body and the spirit. And again, I bought Bruce Lee shoes. I'll bring them next time. They're just like the Enter the Dragon suit, the very popular yellow and black.
I need one of those.
I'll show you. I'll bring them next one. And it's the yellow and black in homage to Bruce Lee's jumpsuit, which was also given homage in Pulp Fiction. No, was that Pulp Fiction? No, it was in Kill Bill.
Yeah.
And I have the shoes. I'll bring them. And it has Bruce Lee, but enough. I love Bruce Lee. But go ahead. Why don't you read about Bruce Lee?
All right.
This is a long thing. I don't know if we want to go through all of this. Is a really long for an answer.
The water part.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay.
Make me tingle and
Be like water means simply that you shouldn't be too static in what you do, and don't force yourself against things that happen in your life. When water flows down a mountain, it will go in those directions that are in its path. It won't try to stay, and it won't try to go a route that is not meant to go.
Can I tell you a quick?
Hell yeah. Hey,
joke
but you know what else? Discipline equals freedom.
Oh,
Good.
Discipline.
Hey, we miss
eats
you, Richard.
Motivation.
Can I tell you a quick Bruce Lee joke
Breakfast.
to emphasize this?
Only if you let me tell you a Chuck Norris.
I love Chuck Norris. Do the Chuck Norris one first. I used to have a book on Chuck
I
Norris
love
jokes.
Chuck Norris jokes too.
No, go ahead. I'll leave mine for last.
Well, what's Bruce Lee's favorite drink of choice?
Water.
Water.
Oh, I was right.
Oh,
Yeah, see,
That's good. I like that. That's good.
I even did a little.
Yeah. And the noise. Yeah, I like that.
I love Bruce Lee. Bruce
Okay,
Lee.
it's with the It's with the Chuck Norris.
All right.
Joke.
One time they named a street after Chuck Norris, but nobody dare cross it.
You know, before the boogeyman goes to sleep at night, he checks under the bed to see if Chuck Norris is there.
Yeah.
We're gonna go down the rabbit hole of Chuck Norris jokes right now, aren't
we? Did you know that Chuck Norris invented the giraffe?
No.
Yeah. He uppercut
a horse.
All right, that's it.
That's a good one to end on. That's a good one.
I couldn't even say it. I love my Chuck Norris jokes. All right. On that note, parting words. I think we already went through it.
Well, I'm glad that you love your Chuck Norris jokes because that's your perspective. I thought they were kind of lame, but I enjoy the show, and it is about perspective. And I think I want to add to it. Make sure that you're also around people that help you develop and continue to grow your positive perspective. And that's what I love about you guys.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, self-improvement, always looking back on yourself, and it was awesome podcast.
Heck yeah, I love what this is becoming because it's there's a lot of self-improvement here, a lot of joking around. There's we sometimes get a little off topic, but we bring it back, and I love that. And on that note, on 3, 1, 2, 3, Pinche Podcast.
Look at these arms. Zuck, sleep well tonight.
Bye, Zucky.
Nighting.